Hey beautiful family, welcome back to my channel. On this channel I go by Anna. This channel is about love, positivity, beauty, and real life. And if you're down with that, stick around and subscribe. So you guys, this is episode number 2 of my series called Unfiltered, and I just want to give a trigger warning right now, right off the gate, for anyone who has a family member who suffers from ED, or if you yourself have ED. So trigger warning out of the way, and I also need to make a disclaimer that these videos that I make in this series are just opinion based. They are not based upon facts, and they are all my personal opinion, and they are all things that are public out there floating in the internet, in the ether. So I will also have a disclaimer in the description box below. So I am wearing all black today. I am wearing black leggings. I am wearing a black camisole besides the white tees that I always wear. And there is a reason for that, and I will bring that up in a little bit. So by the title of this video, you already know I am going to be discussing Eugenia Cooney. I have never made a video about Eugenia Cooney. Eugenia seems like the nicest, sweetest, most compassionate and caring person on YouTube. And this because it is a little bit of a darker subject and a darker topic. I have in the background here, of course, my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, my Cover FX powder, but I also have a crystal quartz crystal right here that has been blessed by a shaman. Anyway, I just have that in the background for today's video because this is a darker subject, and when you talk about darker things, you need to have light surrounding you in some form. So I want to get into this subject, and I'm only going to kind of graze over Jaclyn Glenn's videos that she has put out. My personal opinion on Jaclyn Glenn doesn't really exist because I don't know her. I can only form opinions on Jaclyn Glenn from the videos that she has put out. So Jaclyn Glenn has put out a couple of videos regarding Shane Dawson's video about Eugenia Cooney coming back to the internet. Now, somebody that struggles with ED, it's extremely hard in general, but I can only imagine with having as many subscribers as she has, being back online, going through early recovery from ED. And I say this because if you guys are not aware, I myself am in recovery from ED. I will get into why I am wearing all black. I'm wearing all black because black is a very flattering color. A lot of women love to wear black. I wear black a lot, but back in the day when I was really struggling with my ED, I wore black almost every single day. The perception that I had of myself was not a good one, and I felt like if I wore black every day that it would make me look skinny, and it didn't matter how many pounds I weighed, I still felt overweight. And it's very hard for me to talk about this because, like I said, I haven't spoken of it on my channel before. I made one video and I privatized it immediately. that was when I was not in recovery and I glazed over things, and it's not a topic that should be glazed over. But like I said, I'm glazing over Jaclyn Glenn's videos because I don't know her. However, in my personal opinion, I don't agree that Jaclyn Glenn came out so publicly against Eugenia Cooney's mother. And that is not to say that I don't think that there is something sketchy going on with Eugenia Cooney's mother. I don't know that. That is something I don't know because that is something that should be private. When you have ED, it is not in a vacuum. Everyone around you is affected by it in some way, shape, or form, especially if you get to the point where you start looking sickly or unhealthy. Now, Eugenia had posted a video back in January, I believe, and it was a cosplay video where she had been trying on some clothing and she was exhibiting some signs, some serious signs that she was not doing well. Thankfully, after she had posted that video, she got help. Now, Jaclyn Glenn, of course, comes out and says that she's not happy with the way that Shane did this video and it's not the real truth and this and that. Well, we don't know the real truth. And we're not going to know the real truth unless Eugenia wants to speak the real truth. Because there's Jaclyn Glenn's truth, her and her two friends that were in her first video, I believe. There's Eugenia's truth, which we really haven't heard a lot because she really doesn't want to go too deep into it. She has never really wanted to dive deep into it, and I get that. I personally understand that. There is a certain stigma surrounding ED. Eugenia did mention in Shane's documentary that ED does not look a certain way. There are many different types of EDs out there. That is also something to keep in mind. And I don't want to jump around, but like I said, I am going to just kind of glaze over the whole Jaclyn Glenn thing because that's her experience and I don't want to take that away from her. It sounds like it was a horrible thing that she had to go through to try to save her friend's life. And I understand why she did what she did. Absolutely. I was a master manipulator at hiding my ED, and until it got to the point where it was noticeable. Thankfully, I did not have to go to a facility, and I was able to handle it with my primary care physician and a therapist. So I got put on a special plan, a special diet plan, if you want to call it that. I'm keeping myself healthy. Do you know what I'm saying? With Eugenia, every time she put out a video, she got nothing but hate comments and threats to shut down her channel and have her channel shut down. And that's hard to hear. You know, when you're struggling and you're suffering, and sometimes you don't realize how bad things are because you're looking at yourself, and when you have ED, the perception of yourself is not always healthy if you are not in recovery. And even in recovery, there are days that I still do not feel like I look in the mirror and I'm like extremely happy with my weight and the way that I look and things like that. But that is all part of recovery. Eugenia is so new to recovery. So the only issue, in my personal opinion, that I take with Jaclyn Glenn coming out with her videos about Eugenia is that she says, and I'm paraphrasing, that she wants Eugenia to have this moment where she can come back to YouTube and get back to streaming and get back to doing whatever she does on her channel. I never really like watched her channel. I just knew about her because, like I said, I have ED and I knew that she did, and I watched some of her videos and it was very clear to me that there was definitely something going on there. In my personal opinion, the issue that I have with Jaclyn Glenn coming out and speaking about these very private things that happened are because they're very private things that happened, and it's just not good timing. It's not good timing. That is my issue. If that was me and I was extremely close with my mother like that, and I was hearing those things about my mother, it would probably make me feel ashamed and make me feel like it was my fault that my mom was being dragged across the internet. So that's where I take issue with the whole Jaclyn Glenn thing. I have nothing against her. I don't really know who she is. I do feel like there is a part of Jaclyn that maybe was a little bit upset that she wasn't involved in the recovery story, because she did intervene and try to help with friends. So I don't want to say that she's like jealous. However, comes off that way a little bit in some of her videos. Because she talks about Katie Morton, who is, I don't exactly know if she's a therapist. I guess she's a therapist. Don't quote me. She's some kind of professional therapist or something of that nature. I like Katie Morton, and I think that all she did was give some advice to Shane in the beginning of the video, so that when he went over and met with Eugenia, that he would know how to act in front of somebody who literally just got out of treatment not too long ago and is struggling with something that he might not understand fully. And in that documentary, Shane actually talks about his own body image issues and how he at one point struggled. And he did some things that were unhealthy for himself to try to lose weight. You know, I feel like a lot of people struggle with this, and it's not a bad thing to discuss or talk about. It's just a hard thing to talk about. It's embarrassing. You don't want to admit your weaknesses online to people. And I think that's a huge reason that Eugenia kept it a secret for as long as she did, until it was so noticeable that she couldn't anymore and people would not stop attacking her. So she realized, maybe, I need help. And obviously Jaclyn and her friends getting involved did give her a push, I'm sure. I'm sure that Jaclyn and her friends, being as upset as they were in that video, were probably as upset that day that they had to 5150 her and force her to go to treatment. You are not going to get better unless you truly want to get better. You have to want it. ED, you can look at it similarly to the disease of addiction. Although it is a disorder, there are many symptoms that mimic addiction. Hiding things and lying to try to make people think that you're okay. When I watched that Shane Dawson documentary, I had no idea it was coming. I don't think anybody knew it was coming. It was a Saturday morning. I woke up and I just went to see what was trending on YouTube, and that was #1 on trending, and I was like, oh my god, Eugenia Cooney's back, and it's with Shane Dawson, so I got really excited. I am a huge supporter of Shane Dawson, and I think the way that he portrayed the video and the way that he executed the video was absolutely amazing. And he was the perfect person to do it because he is really good at helping people integrate themselves back into YouTube and helping people with their channels. And I think that Eugenia now feels more comfortable being on YouTube after Shane gave her like that kind of segue. You know what I'm saying? So I think Shane was a huge help in this and made Eugenia feel better. And then all that stuff started coming out right after. Jaclyn Glenn got right on camera. And I just, like I said, the only thing I take issue with is the timing. The timing was not appropriate. And also bringing the mother into the picture, that's something that should be handled behind closed doors. Even if the mother is, you know, keeping Eugenia like locked away allegedly, and she can only go out with like her driver and things like that, that's something that Jaclyn Glenn is not going to change by dragging her on social media. How is that going to change anything if Eugenia allegedly was in a dangerous situation still? How is that going to change anything? Because like I said, it all stems from you. You need to be the one that wants to get better. And if Eugenia really wants to get better and she feels like she's in a dangerous space or a dangerous place, she's going to have to be the one to get out of that place. She's an adult. She's 25 years old. And I know that it's hard because it's her mother. How does Jaclyn know that they're not working on getting better as a family? I'm sure that Eugenia went to a really nice place when she went to treatment. So, I don't know, you guys. Those are just my thoughts. And I know I kind of jumped around, but that's what I do on this series, this Unfiltered series. It's very off the cuff. I don't have notes in front of me or anything like that. I just speak from the heart, and I wish Eugenia the best. And being in early recovery, you do have to be careful. You will have a lot of triggers, and online hate is something she's used to, but it could definitely absolutely be a trigger. So yeah, Jaclyn Glenn, I have nothing against her, but the timing was wrong, and it could make Eugenia feel bad right now, and we don't want to push her into a relapse, okay? We don't want to do that. So let's keep everything positive. Let's send Eugenia positive vibes, regardless of what's going on or what people are coming up with and making conspiracy theories about. Let's keep it positive, okay? So this is just a topic that is definitely not tea. This is not drama. This is very serious. And like I said, I just want everybody who is watching this video to just send Eugenia positive vibes, because that's what she deserves right now. She went and she got herself the help that she needed, and hopefully she is doing well with her doctor, her therapist, and working with her family, you know? I know that she has a brother and obviously her mom as well, but do me a favor and go to Eugenia Cooney's Twitter or her YouTube channel and just leave her a nice comment. I'm not telling you what to say, however, just maybe shoot up some hearts, leave her some hearts, you know, some happy face emojis, whatever you guys want, but leave her some positivity right now, because right now that is what she needs. Go and support Eugenia. Personally, for me, Eugenia will probably never see this video. However, I know what you are going through, and I know how hard it is. Obviously, I do not have a large following, so I don't know what that is like in that aspect. However, from somebody who has ED, it is going to be a lifelong journey. ED does not ever leave you, and that is another similarity to addiction. So that is it, you guys. That is everything for this video. Like I said, I'm sorry it was a little bit of a darker video. However, this is a topic that really did make me want to speak. It got that throat chakra going, so I had to speak on it. And that is everything for episode number 2 of Unfiltered. That's it, you guys. That is everything. If you liked this video, then like this video. And if you like my content, then subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.